point of no return. There are powerful forces that cannot be stopped that are driving the shift of humanity along. And it's fascinating how it's designed that only certain people are even conscious and aware of this. And, this is really your attention of the world, what people are paying attention to. So many people, they have no clue that this is happening, and the magnitude, the importance of this activity driving the event. G2 solar storm. Sleep might be off. My sleep was off again last night. Did you wake up in the middle of the night? A lot of that is representing the rising to the surface of what resides in the subconscious. I've been sharing about solar events for a long time. Those that are new know that these solar events are connected to human consciousness. We're really focused in the subconscious right now. That's why you're really not aware of it. And it is so important because the subconscious is dictating 95% of your existence. And we're at the point of no return. I'm going to be explaining why that is so in this podcast today. What is happening, and I've shared this, one of my original videos, there are constructive and deconstructive interference waves. And according to frequencies, something must happen, something must give. And even though, like, at first glance, those that are coming onto this live stream, and you look at the solar activity and the energies of the sun, the changes inside of us, the wave of truth is becoming stronger than the wave of fear. I hope everyone writes that down. Because we're seeing that play out. So right now, the wave of truth, that is the driving force of you, the person that's getting this message, the people that are all connected within all these communities that are consciously awake. There was a lot of fear in the past. Like, I see people posting about stuff that never would have happened years ago. People would be terrified. People would be terrified of posting the truth. Anyone that's on this today, you probably went through this in the past few years. All right. And this is the wave of truth that is being directed through the solar activity. The sun is directed, is the driving force. There's so many people that are disconnected from the sun. These are the subconscious programs. People hide in the basement, right? Stay out of the sun. First of all, you can't escape these energies. Heck, nothing could stop these energies, okay? Appreciate everyone coming on. A lot of people on today. Very grateful if you click the like button to push this forward, because we refuse to go backwards. Actually, in the lesson plan, we push this forward because this is a refusal. Your soul will refuse. You want to try? Go right ahead. And I'm going to be discussing the internal frequency shift. Like, there's not a lot of information out there on the TV. There are people that share about it if you search far and wide on the internet, right? That's right. We really want to click subscribe to this channel for the upcoming days. You're going to know. And then for your future, you have to know what's the real driving force. This is irreversible. This is irreversible when there is an internal shift, and these energies that help it rise to the surface, whether it's the solar flares, whether it's the Schumann resonance spikes, the frequency shifts. 93% of the function of DNA is responsible for light and sound reception and transmission. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're processing things. So there are things that you are processing. You're conscious of the process because the memories come up, what you're consciously thinking about. And then there's this stirring inside that why do I feel this way? So there are things that are buried deep within your subconscious. They must be brought up to the surface. The main idea right now is to remove as much fear. There's always going to be fear in our everyday life, right? But we're removing so much fear, and there's so much truth, which is actually the top of the consciousness scale. It is the I am presence. If you never heard my talk on how God wants you to walk in your I am presence, you should check that one out. So when that truth frequency, which is the top of the scale, and each one carries a signature. Now, most of the world might be asleep. They don't have this, but the law of 80-20. So 20% is going to be stronger and more powerful than 80% that is asleep. Do you remember They Live? You ever see that movie with Roddy Piper? John Carpenter's They Live. Sleep. Do you see people sleep? Are you up? Get you up early here. Start the day off right with our everyday lives. Galactic Guardians, thank you so much for the super chat. May the truth rise to the surface. Love you, Commander Mike. I love you, Galactic Guardians. I'm very grateful for the super chat. And Poppy, I love you too. Thank you for the super chat before we went live. I'm so grateful, Poppy. I love you. So the wave of truth, we are creating a constructive interference wave in the dissonance of fear. Listen carefully to the message. These are the answers. You might not find them anywhere else. So collectively, we make a constructive interference wave of truth, which is the I am presence of God, which is a deconstructive wave for all the fake, all the stuff, all the nonsense, all the fear, the spookables and heffalumps that Winnie the Pooh spoke about that are out there. But as I shared in yesterday's pod, 3 Days of Darkness, well, listen to it if you haven't. Once you see, it's actually not that scary. But in the mind, we make it bigger and bigger and scarier. And that's how humans are wired, because we have to stay alive. So a lot of our attention is focused on the stuff that actually is scary, because that's your main priority. Your main priority is to keep your nervous system calm. This is the truth. Against immediate threats and dangers. In the modern society, it could be paying the bills. That's why there's a momentum after that. Once you get out of that low, once you, I'm taken care of, then the momentum starts shifting. You got to get out of that fight or flight. Got to rise up. The solar plexus region, the sun, the solar plexus region, that's your identity, the strength. There is no more shaming, right? You're sacral. Get the oranges and the yellows today. These are powerful energies that shift us. So when we look at everything that has played out energetically, all the things that you see on the TV, these events, they happen as a result of these energies. So when you see everything happening all at once, it's called divine orchestration. Yeah, there's a divine orchestration. God is leading the orchestra of all these beautiful lights and sounds that are coming in to wake us up, to awaken what has lied dormant inside of you. Divine orchestration has been going on. And there was something that you needed to do over the past few years. to be a leader of the new earth. If you're one of the people that's able to focus their attention throughout this talk today, you are a leader of the new earth. And what needed to occur, right? What needed to occur through all of your events, very triggering things, doors slammed in your face, very harsh. It's called adaptation. Metamorphosis. You needed to adapt. You needed to evolve. We all did in our own ways for our specific roles where we're headed moving forward. Adaptation. And life is coming at you fast, kid. All of us. But we must adapt. And in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you why. Might want to grab a cup of coffee, take a pen and paper out. We have these lessons daily here if you're new. And I implement a lot of what I'm teaching today in these current events of the world. When we have the Schumann resonance spike, when we have the solar flash. I've seen a lot in the past year. God has revealed a lot to me. Some things in life also, they get so ridiculous that you know that the opposite is the truth. And when you break free of the matrix world, a lot of this is inverted. The Maya, some people know about the Maya, the illusion. And anything that has happened pre the shift, you're able, this is how deep you have to think. And even basic things. I'm out in the sun daily. I don't hide from it. People spend all this money. And again, this is an example of how the modern society uses their ego to actually deteriorate their vital force. I watch people, they got to have $500 sunglasses on. Got to spend a lot of money for that prison. Oh, I got these 500. Right? How much do they go up to now? Some of those fancy ones, right? What sunglasses? Stefan. I love you, Stefan. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Commander. Woo! I appreciate you, Stefan. It's got to be expensive to block out the sun, right? It's all backward stuff. I was doing my walk yesterday. I meet some of you. Some of you are watching me right now. I've been caught in the act many times. I'm so grateful for my on-the-ground community that's in this chat or watching the replay. So I'm walking, I met a few people having beautiful conversations, but then I passed like a little group over there, and there they are, spraying all those nanoparticles. I got to put the blood, and I'm like trying to get away from it, like if you would try to maybe you're a non-smoker and you don't want to breathe in the smoke. So I'm like walking fast, trying to start, you get more sensitive the more that you've detoxed, right? Fitbrit writes gross. Yeah. They're spraying all over the stuff. They know. It's got to be expensive right? And does anyone else see this, or am I the only one? Got to pay $500 glasses, right? How much is that bottle? It's probably like $15 now. Is it backwards? Anyone that sees this, anyone that wants to discuss it in the comments. Archie, I haven't worn deodorant in years. Oh my God, he doesn't wear deodorant. Like there's people in this world, right? So they're going to hear, I'm a teacher right now. Click the like button. So I love to teach all these things. So I haven't worn deodorant in years. And there might be a normie out there or whatever, and they say, oh, that's so weird. I think it's strange that you have to wear deodorant. How about that? Maybe we need a little detox in our everyday life. Click subscribe, you watch my video. Noel hasn't worn deodorant in years either. Anyone else that wants to join in? We create movements on this channel. It's a movement, this channel. Right? And that's why, I take the stance that because I've seen this over. The more that you are working on yourself, it's just the modern society. They actually want to try to pull you down or gaslight you because they don't want to do these things. They don't want to do a detox. I don't have to wear deodorant. Pheromones, kid. It's actually, for those that are like me, that's one of the most important things is your pheromones. You're not going to be attracting guys spraying that stuff. Hey, there they go, going round robin for their Instagram. They got the beautiful beach. They're taking pictures all day for their Instagram. Okay. Oh, they got to put the sunglasses. What do you look like? Oh, I got to put the 500. I got to get 500 for the glasses. I save money. Do you like to save money? Sometimes I do videos on that. Let me know if you want more money saving tips. These are the money save. You save a lot of money, right? I don't have no ego. I don't need the. Ooh, what type do you? What's your brand? Ooh, what's your brand? So all of these things, we're getting into alignments, adaptation. Now we are being blasted right now. We have been being blasted by the sun. You could put the solar blasts in the chat. The solar flare. So what does this mean? Right? You got to dial in. You got to listen. The solar flares are connected to human consciousness. And this is the answer right here. It's coming right at you. In this world right now, you are in one day, life's moving so fast. In one day, you're getting like as much information than in a pre-2020 world that you would maybe take in 2 weeks. If you want to make a comment, make the laser pinpoint accuracy, put a like on this video. In one day, just stop, reflect on your life, how you're living, those that are tuned into this right now. In one day, you are taking in as much information than years ago. It might take you 2 weeks to take in all the information that's coming. It's coming at you. Sun consciousness, it is overwhelmed. That's why people will get left in the dust. This is not, people don't like that term or whatever. Those are the people that don't want to do the work. They're probably also wearing deodorant, right? In our life right now, I got to constantly move forward to becoming better every single day, to becoming more authentic every single day. The authenticity is getting back to nature, walking barefoot on the sand. Not spraying all the, here comes the chemicals all over the body. And let me tell you something else. How you doing? You're supposed to sweat out of those pits. Yeah. We gotta clean ourselves out. So when you're clogging yourself up, right? This is what I teach on this channel. A lot of people know this. I don't have, more and more, and I see from all of you and some that I discuss, we absolutely don't have time anymore. Like, you know the answer right now. I can't sit here and try to tell people like if anything I shared and you want to gaslight or go, that's cool. Just go in the corner. We have to go right now. So what does this represent? How is this connected to the sun? Old patterns, environments, the way you used to think, you can't force it back. That's why this is the point of no return. The sun is connected to consciousness. Here's your answers, kid. Old patterns. I want you to reflect on your life. Can you go back to those old patterns? Even if you force them. Old environments you used to go to. And the way you used to think. You can't even force it back. Because your internal frequency shift, because you had awareness. Write it down. I hope everyone writes this in the chat today, in the comments that you see me on the replay. Go down there, write it in the comments so everyone gets it through their brain. Awareness is irreversible. Awareness is irreversible. It's irreversible once you become aware, right? So the more and more that we go through this, and everyone's on their own journey. I don't knock anyone for what they do. I know my journey. And I'll give you an example. Like I have a buddy, I also randomly passed him about a week ago, and he was sharing how he has a whole trip planned. He's going to Las Vegas. I said, I used to go there years ago. I remember that. I remember the pool parties. Yeah. Now, I don't know how much money you'd have to pay me to go. And again, I'm not knocking my buddy. I'm just sharing what this looks like from a place of authenticity. I can't go to Las Vegas no more. My body, like I can't do it. So this is what it actually looks like. And I also, like, I like to hear his stories. I have to live like, because my body and my soul can't do it anymore. I like to hear, I want to hear his, I want to live vicariously through him, right? For me, I would just prefer to have the girl, maybe the dog, sit alone on the beach. I'm good. But that's my life. I don't judge no one else. I'm just sharing from my life. I can't go to that environment no more. I can't go to the club no more. Anyone that's on here, your dating pool is going to get real small. Don't go back. The point of no return. It doesn't matter. And over time, you will meet people. Listen, I go out. I'll meet plenty of random people walking out there. I can't. The point of no return. The old patterns and environments. So when you go through this shift, we're all going through this shift. Don't take it personal. In the beginning, I went through this as well. But then the more you're thinking about it, you're like, but what's the point? It's got to be so exhausting. Just like I shared earlier, it's got to be so expensive to live in your ego and have to buy $500 sunglasses when you could just look right. Oh, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? Didn't Fred Rogers teach us that? What did he teach us? Where are we? Right? Bliss Ablaze, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. Truth bombs for the people. Popping off. Love you. I love you. Are we popping off those truth bombs here today? I love you, Bliss Ablaze. Okay. How else does this look? Ready? Questioning things you just accepted. This was always the way. Again, the sun is the driving force. The more we go through this, and I could clearly see this as well. Are you questioning things? I just accepted that. This is just how it is. And now you're saying, hey, wait a second. I'm thinking for myself. Yeah, sometimes we want to put the Matrix glasses on, though. I was thinking about that. I said, one day I'll come on with the glasses, right? I never understand the one that comes in the gym with the glasses. I'm like, is it sunny in here? What is that? Anyone know? That used to be like a cool thing, like years ago. You go in the club with the sunglasses on, but I don't. I said, is it sunny in this gym? What? Anyone? Hello? Can someone help me out? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So anyone. Yeah, Cristal. I just saw that they brought back the old bulbs. I saw a Facebook reel. Hit me up on Facebook. A recent reel is exploding. And I see all your reels too. And we keep building a community. So I saw the guy, he was in the hardware store. I said, look, the old bulbs, they're back. Something changed. Something changed. You couldn't get those old bulbs. Right now, the old bulbs are back, baby. They're back. You saw that too, Elizabeth, right? So it is very intense. And you're going to say to yourself, well, I came on this podcast today, and I want you to tell me why it feels so intense. Oh, I'll tell you, Light Warrior. Expanded capacity. You are being stretched right now. So have you felt intensity like never before? Emotions, especially in the past couple of weeks, you could raise your hand, right? Emotions are through the roof. Everything feels so intense. Never really felt it. So intense. Or you're seeing things like there's no movement, which is driving you nuts. It's so you could be stretched, expanded capacity. You are being stretched beyond your previous limits. So your emotions to your experience, the intensity of the experience, and it's driving you banana sandwich because your capacity must be expanded, because what God has ready for anyone that's focused on this live stream today, to be a leader, to go through your capacity has to be stretched in good. Like some people are prepared for a lot of negative things, and that's cool. You can, but people that are in the know, people that are vibrating on a certain frequency, you are being stretched for an expanded capacity so God can fill you up. I don't understand this. Why I got to be stretched for? Why can't I just have it? Just give me the abundance. Just give me the abundance of wealth. Here it comes, right? Let's use this as an example, right? So I'm teaching the frequencies, how this is all changing, right? Well, why can't I have? Just give me the abundance. Well, I'll tell you, Light Warriors, your frequency must come first. Otherwise, it will be wasted. No, it's not going to be wasted. Just give it to me. Give it to me now. Well, you can't, because you'll lose it. Well, how do you know? Well, people that are resonating on a certain frequency, that never changed their subconscious, that randomly won the lotto, and there's data and evidence to back this up. Shortly after winning the lotto, didn't last very long, because of their frequency. The frequency has to come first. They went back to bankrupt. So in our everyday lives, and that's why this is just assistance that's coming in. You will choose to go with it or not. You could fight against it. Are you when you go through the bodily shifts? I have a world famous video on this channel page, and I am a person that is makes his health and wellness a top priority. That's who I am. It's my embodiment, and the way I go about my health and wellness today and how I eat is not how it was years ago. Intermittent fasting is one of the big things I share with the community. I didn't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear. What is this stuff? What are you talking? Totally different modality. A lot of us, we were given stuff in an education system, like simple things, like they used to tell you breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But did you finish your cleaning and cleansing and tapping into autophagy and all this other stuff? You just shut it down. And I've gone through these changes. Absolutely. I love the kiss principle. I love kisses, right? Remember when there was love in the world? Where did it all go? Remember the love? So when you reach this place, and that's why God has to let you go through these times. And what happens is, and this is happening for many people that are on this podcast, your energy all went on the inside. And then you start to change because you're not leaking energy to all these sources that aren't going with you. There are people that are not going with us. It just is what it is. Any person that has leveled up has experienced this. Now we're doing this as the collective. There are just people, they will never hear you. They are not going where you're going. It must be free will, and it will always be according to your internal frequency. Anyone that clicks subscribe today, you could click subscribe. You're going to have all the answers. You say, you know what? I want to change my life. Listen to these words. Maybe it's resonating with you. You click subscribe. My life was on a loop. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. I kept going into the same relationship with the same simp beta male. Oh, I get that a lot from the ladies. Why do I keep attracting the same guy? Right? You got to click subscribe. You fix it. Yeah, bro, I don't understand. You know, my boss is doing this, and then I went to a different place, and it's happening again. Okay, click subscribe. Because it's always going to be our frequency, and on a daily basis, none of this is a quick fix. Okay, which brings us to what I get a lot. Oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened. And there'll be more people that say nothing. You are sitting here, right? Sometimes I get them. They come in. They say nothing. Look at this guy. Do you believe this guy? You ever see those guys that talk like that? You believe this guy? How can you sit there at the bottom of my comment section and say that nothing happened in a post-2020 world? Does anyone see this? Anyone at all? This is the stuff. I'm like, nothing has happened. Look at my life. I sit here sometimes. I say, I'm on a totally different timeline. So the chat's blowing up right now. The chat's blowing up right now, right? We're live. Alma writes, Daddy's home. Yeah, Daddy's home. So if you're still sitting there and you're saying nothing ever happened. So what I'm here to articulate, I'm also trying to assist these people in your brain. I know you're waiting for the big mothership, the big supermassive volcano, like that's the only thing. But as I said earlier, I said this earlier in the lesson, 1 day of information is like 2 weeks prior. So there's that alone. There are things that have happened in this calendar year. I know we're starting the real new year soon, right? Think about go back to a pre-2020 world. Think of all the things that happened just in this calendar year. That's more stuff, major stuff that's been going on. Look at last year. Major stuff, but people are becoming more and more numb to it. Why are they becoming more and more numb, Uncle Mike? Because your attention span is shot. If you could only do TikToks, you can't focus your attention. It's that content. It's that low-hanging fruit. And that's why we have to do the inner work. That's why we have to lean into the solar flash. I don't run away from that. I go right into the solar flash. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I could sit here in my ego and try to eat the way that and disregard these things. Yeah, they could only microwave the food, Ronnie. Yeah. There's a difference. Listen, I went through this as well. I'm going to sit here and tell people, I'll use that as an example since you brought it up, Ronnie. I got to put it in the microwave. I cook it quick, heat it up quick. It takes longer to maybe put it on the stovetop or in the oven, but you're going to have better nutrients, more delicious. Sometimes you put it in the microwave. It's not so great, but you got it done quick, right? So that is a microcosm of life. So what has been happening, and all of this can't happen in one swift blow. Now, there will be a time, and it will appear that way, but we only got to that because that was the tipping point to go up another octave. Okay, Chaos 101 doesn't use the microwave either. Cristal doesn't use the microwave. But we're popping bottles, Cristal. We're popping bottles. Okay. So the intensity, and that's why we have these ascension symptoms in our body. We feel like we're being stretched. You don't understand. And listen, I go through this too. Why is it so intense? Why do I have to? Why? Because we have to be stretched. Because we're on the threshing floor. God puts us on the threshing floor. And the people that can't go with us, can't go with us. The old patterns that we used to do over the course of our life can't go with us. Environments. This used to go to this place, like I shared, I can't do it no more. And that even could be the workplace. You're going to feel this. Another thing that's been documented. It doesn't matter how much money. Because your soul has got to be your top priority. Your nervous system has to be your top priority. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You say to yourself, I can't be here no more. I'm feeling it. So that's why in the past, it was very linear. It was very Captain Literal manish. Here's the numeric value of the dollars, right? This relationship looks like this on paper. No. So it's more of an energetic lifestyle. And it's also integration of the divine feminine. Because in the past, it's just the way that things were developed. And I lived through this as well. Now, divine feminine doesn't just mean women. You have to understand the energies. You have to have balance. A lot of the systems were just and that's why you felt drained at the job. This is the answer. Because it did not have any room. I'm sure the whole chat will blow up. You had a report to work and there's no way you had to put on this whole persona. And again, that will always be there. But you might have had and that's why your soul is getting to this place right now. I can't be here no more. I'm not representing myself. Right? I can't, I'm not representing myself. So now you are here to create, to give birth to ideas. These concepts are not all good. They are what they are. Just like the sun is giving us energy. And then you could see plants that are sprouting, right? So on, flowers that are blooming. Sometimes you're being tricked to maybe giving birth to something you shouldn't have. It is what it is. Do you understand what I'm putting out? Put a like on this video so people hear this. A lot of people had an awakening. They said, "Oh, my creative skills, and that's the birth. That's your sacral energy. And you went to the workplace and you said, wait a sec. Wait a sec. Ghost knows what's up, Ghost. He said, wait a second. So that's the inner change. And we're all experiencing this internal change. When the internal shifts, the external then must shift. And that's a concept I've been really driving home to the community. That outer world experience, it is radiating from the internal world, as above, so below. So right now we are experiencing more of these solar flashes, these massive energy bursts. Anyone wake up in the middle of the night again? I'm tired of it too, right? So know that there is a divine purpose to this. It is being divinely orchestrated. No one thoroughly knows why, and the reason is because we are in this, right? We are in the world. We are not of the world, but we're still operating out of this world. So there's divine, we can't see it. You can't see it. That's why you want to ascend. You want to get as high as you can so that you can see, I could see everything that's going on down there. And then when you go to certain places, and then you see above. So you have to rise up to your leadership position. Yeah, Caroline writes, faith in the unseen. But then there's a lot of also disordered things. Some people are given the dangling carrot of hope. That's why everything I teach on this channel, you have to see everything. Don't have faith in everything. Don't have hope for everything, because sometimes you're taken advantage of, and we will never be taken advantage of again. Right? Anyone? Yeah, sometimes you're a loving person. Oh, let's have hope for this. Let's have faith for this. And that's why I keep telling people, you got to have that personal relationship with God. You got to get your clairs up and feel your way through. This is quantum chaos we're going through. You have to feel your way through. And that's why, again, stretch to capacity. You thought, okay, this is what I'm capable of. No, you're capable of seeing deeper. You're capable of seeing more expanded, a wide range, not narrow, not with the blinders on. Like, for example, I see a lot out there in nature. I see these women bring these beautiful horses to the beach the other day. Beautiful horses. And they put it here so the horse doesn't get, because there's too much information, because it's not just out in the wild. There's people, they have to get onto the beach, to do, so you have the blind. So that blinder serves the purpose for that, because you don't want, but now when the blinders are off, you can see everything. And sometimes we need to see our peripheral vision. We got to see what's coming over from the left, from the right. What's coming over from the left and the right? Got to see. You understand what I'm saying? Because you didn't see. Oh, what's in your own home, bro? What do you got in your home there? Huh? Sometimes in life, we think. And we thought wrong. That's why God is going to constantly stretch us until the transformation is ready. Because you will always operate at that frequency. The frequency, the internal frequency, that's why there is no return. You will Feel this in your soul. You will refuse to go backwards. You can't go backwards because you are aware something happened on the inside. And I know this. Like even myself, God put me through an upgrade, and I take my upgrades from it. And I still don't know, the whole, but all I can focus on is the upgrade. But I know that with certain things in my life, via everything that I experienced, there's no way I could ever go through it or experience it ever again. It's impossible, because that internal shift happens once you are aware. You can't, it'll never happen again. So sometimes it's scary in life. Sometimes we say, shucks, why do I have to go through it? We must go through it. Brings us full circle. That message lasts the test of time. I might reshare that. You really got to listen to it. The only way out of there, the only way out is through. Period. Until I experience things myself, and this is how we move on to the new earth. This is how we move through society right now. We can't go that old way. We're moving closer to the truth. And the truth is the real experience, because people could tell you, and I lived through this, until I experienced it myself. Like I heard people talk about fasting, until I did it myself. And then I said, oh, baby, right? So as we move forward, this is a driving force. We are feeling it very deeply at a soul level. There is no return from it. You cannot go back. You can't put it back in the box. You cannot go. The butterfly, you're a beautiful butterfly. You're so beautiful. Put the butterflies in the chat. That butterfly can never go back to the caterpillar. You are always the butterfly now. There's nothing that you could do to go back. You were not destined to crawl on the floor. You were destined for greatness. You were destined to rise above. And that's why the butterfly went through the Heinrich metamorphosis to get those wings. You don't take the wings off. You don't go back to crawling on the floor. And you will feel, you'll literally feel when you outgrow a place, you will literally, I can't even, even though it's the same size, you literally feel like you're suffocating. So if anyone has gone through that, write that down below. I'm so grateful for the community support. And let us know if you are feeling any of the signs or the symptoms. This is the energetic changes that we're all going through. And I'm grateful for all of you that really resonated. If you click the like button, click the subscribe button. We have daily videos 9 a.m. Eastern time to help you become the greatest version of yourself. And let's get back into balance. Let's get back into alignment. And once we do that, because it is balance, you're going to start to actually live a life that you used to dream about. This life when you were a child. Your inner child is your manifestation, your inner child. Beautiful people here. I'm so grateful for all of you. And remember, the wave of truth has now become stronger than the wave of fear. And now the whole Maya, the whole illusionary world, it can't go on anymore. Can't go back. Can't go backwards. Remember, fire horse year. This is the fire horse year. The horse does not, I talked about the horse before. The horse doesn't turn back as it's running. It's just galloping as fast as possible with the Holy Spirit, fire flames, burning all the fake stuff out of your life to the ground. So embrace it and move forward with it. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys very much. Stay strong. I know it's not easy, but we're going to make it. And our frequency has shifted. The point of no return.